Want to live where you can smell that salty air from the ocean, enjoy a comfy coastal vibe, and enjoy the breezes from the Atlantic Ocean? Welcome to Beach View at Grand Dunes by Lennar Homes. It's 95 lots with 5 different floor plans, and I might even have a little bit of tough love on this one. You ready to hear more? Let's go. Of the 5 floor plans offered in this community, only one of them starts as a single-level home. That's the Lawrence floor plan. We're inside their furnished model, and this one is referred to as the Hayden. It does start as a 2-story. It is a 4-bedroom home. The square footage is very nice at 2664. And the good news, that primary suite, it's on the main level. Let's take a closer look. When you step into the beautiful Hayden floor plan, immediately you notice that front door, 8 feet tall. The ceilings on the first floor, 10 feet tall. That's standard for all of their floor plans. What room we're in now is right off the front door, actually, and this is starting off in the floor plan as a living room. But as you can see here, they are showing it as a study with the French doors, which I think is a much more elegant look. Also, did you notice no carpet in any of these homes? And I know you love that. The Hayden floor plan has got to be one of my favorites. It's 2664 heated square feet. Like I said, we've got the primary on the main level, and we have 3 bedrooms and a loft upstairs plus a full bath. That means there's a lot of space to work with here on the main level, and you can see where they used it. I mean, this kitchen is probably one of the best ones I've seen in a Lennar floor plan. The counter space, it really is just offering so much for entertaining, isn't it? And that's what a lot of people do here in the Grand Dunes section. You have so many people visiting because you're so close to the beach and you have great amenities. People definitely want to come visit. You're noticing a few things here. You've got quartz countertops. That is standard. Also, you may be noticing the shiplap that is underneath the kitchen island, and that also is standard. You may even see that in places like around the fireplace, if the house has one. So again, there are some nice touches here that I really like about this floor plan. I'm showing you a lot of the features in the model home just because, well, model homes are just so pretty. And of course, this one is using my favorite paint color, Sherwin-Williams Sea Salt. We are in the primary ensuite bath, and I wanted to make sure that I mentioned to you there are 2 different layouts for this bath. You're obviously seeing behind me that you do have a tub as well as the stand-up shower with the rain shower head. It really is very nice. But if you are not a tub person, don't worry, they've got that option for this layout as well. Now, I did want to mention at the price point, which I'll tell you about in a little bit, there are not a lot of choices. You are not going to a design center for this community. They are basically putting together the spec homes in certain layouts and certain floor plans. They already know which floor plans are going to be on which of the 95 lots they have here. So again, we're going to talk about that while they do include a lot, and that is nice, and there are some features in here I do like. If you are a person who likes to make specific choices, this one may not be the community for you. I wanted to make sure I brought you out to the covered porch of this Hayden model because, as you can see, it's fairly small. You can put a table and chairs, no problem, but I just wanted to make sure you saw it. Also, one other thing to note, it is not screened in. Also, your lot sizes here are fairly small, on average about 0.15. Could you put in a dipping pool? Sure, you could. You also want to make sure to note that the fences are allowed, but they're going to be the 4-foot black metal fences. All of this is a part of the aesthetics that are required when you are under the Grand Dunes umbrella. So we want to make sure this looks spectacular for all homeowners. this is the second floor of the Hayden floor plan, and it is quite spacious. I also love how much natural light is coming into this level. You've got 9-foot ceiling height standard, and you've got 3 bedrooms, all a decent size, and you have a very generous sized storage closet down the hallway here, and you can see I'm standing in the loft space. So it's very nice. It's laid out very well. Now I wanted to talk a little bit about the choices you have. So we had mentioned 95 home sites here. Because of the Grand Dunes architectural and aesthetic requirements, the Lennar has already decided which floor plan is on which home site. So some of them are already under construction. So say for example, you come in and you know that the Hayden floor plan is the one you want, then you can certainly consider the ones that may already be available and the choices have been made. Or maybe you can see where the other Haydens are already planned to be. And if they haven't started construction yet, you may in fact have a few choices to make. For example, maybe the type of flooring tone color or the countertops. But keep in mind, it's not like they're gonna offer 10, 15 different choices of flooring. They may only have, say, 4. Same thing with countertop. So again, it's not going to be a big breadth of choices. With that in mind, have you thought about what price point this Hayden floor plan will land? Keep in mind, we are within walking distance of the Atlantic Ocean, and you have access to all those amenities. So, what do you think? If I said low 9s, what would you think? Is that good? Is that too high? Too low, maybe? Why don't you leave me a comment here and let me know what you think. All of the 5 floor plans are quite spacious, so when we talk about overall size, they're all pretty decent. Now, the Lawrence floor plan is going to be the one that is strictly one level, and it's going to stay under 2,000 heated square feet. Next on the list is the one behind me, the Kingston. This one is 2,573 heated square feet, obviously 2 floors. You may be familiar with a version of this one in other Lennar communities. It's usually called the Kensington, but it's always got that gorgeous upper balcony that you see. Now, because we're in the Grand Dunes Beach View community, we're gonna have some extra touches here that I can't wait to show you. But we're wondering if this one is 2,573 and the Hayden model that we've shown you is 2,664, where in the world did it get smaller? We've got to check it out. In the kitchen of the Kingston, I think you can pretty much right away see the difference in the square footage. It does feel like a smaller kitchen, but hey, that Hayden, I don't know that I've seen a kitchen that looks that spacious in any floor plan. Now, one of the things I wanted to make sure that we showed you is that in every floor plan in this community, you are going to get the gourmet kitchen. So you've got the stainless steel hood behind me, then you see the combination wall unit for the microwave and the oven, and then you also have gas here, so you've got a gas cooktop behind me. Now, you can see here, we've got a little bit of a change in what you saw in the Hayden in terms of you've got a chrome fixture for your sink, and then your knobs and pulls here are going to be brushed nickel. In some floor plans and cases, it's going to be that black matte finish. So definitely want to keep an eye on those, because when you see things like chrome and brushed nickel, well, as a real estate agent, I'm thinking that's time to do some negotiating. You know, I'm a big fan of understanding what space serves what purpose for a house. Obviously behind me, this is the large living area or gathering space, but believe it or not, the light right above me, well, that's indicating that this is the breakfast area, but I have another very large space at the very beginning of the home, right as soon as you come in the front door, that could be a formal dining room. So for those of you who are sentimental, hanging on to that formal dining room furniture, this might be a floor plan that works well for you. Another thing we're noticing about the inventory homes available in Beachview, they're all going to have, I shouldn't say all, a good number of them, more than I'm used to seeing, have the fireplaces with the shiplap surround. Now, in terms of climate, do we really need a fireplace? Well, as I'm filming this, it is almost 80 degrees and it's January. However, if you are looking for a more elegant touch, then indeed this fireplace is a really nice look. Now, one other thing I want to note, you know I love natural light coming into a home, and they do have a lot of windows. However, these home sites are really close together. So side setbacks, you know what I'm talking about, right? That distance from one house to the next is quite small here, maybe 10 feet. So what I want to say for a tip here is make sure you're very purposeful about the particular lot you choose, because that could determine how functional and how much light is actually coming into your lovely home. Oh my goodness, I hate to do this, but when it comes to this primary ensuite bath, I've got to say nope, and I mean all caps nope. It is very cramped and it just doesn't have the level of elegance that we are expecting at this price point. Now, there are some things we can do here. There are two different styles of bathrooms that are offered, and we've talked about that before. So this one's got, of course, the bath and the stand-up shower. Can you take the bath out and have a larger shower, and that might open it up a little bit? That might do the trick. But this stand-up shower here, it doesn't even have a bench, and you know how I feel about having the bench in the shower, right? And your type of subway tile that's used here in the stand-up shower. Again, I just don't feel like it's reaching that level of elegance that people are looking for at this price point. Now, having said that, does Lennar offer similar floor plans in other communities in our area that are going to be at a lower price point? Absolutely. So the big question here is, where are you ranking lifestyle and proximity to the beach in the overall equation for your home? If you want to enjoy that Grand Dunes lifestyle where you are literally within walking distance of the ocean, you've got access to the ocean club, you have trails that you can walk, you're in a gated community. I mean, really, if you make that tough decision, some of those things are in fact going to be worth it to you to pay that higher price point. It is indeed a big decision. We're on the upper balcony of the Kingston floor plan, and this really is the pièce de résistance for so many people. It is a top-selling floor plan for Lennar, but what I really want to cover is actually what's inside on the second floor. You have 4 bedrooms, all of which are quite spacious. One has its own full bath, and then there's a very large bedroom that could serve as a second primary. Don't get me wrong, there is a primary in the main level, but really there's just that much space. Or do you need it as a bonus room? You could use it for that as well. When you're living along the coast, the outdoor living space of a home is indeed very important, and I'm thrilled to see the Kingston floor plan has a very nice size rear covered porch to complement that upper balcony that we have on the front facade. If you've got this many people living here on the inside, you want to be able to let them enjoy it all on the outside, and this one's got it covered. So we've looked at the inside and outside of this Kingston floor plan. What are you thinking is the price? Well, this happens to be an inventory home right now, and they've got it listed at about $850,000. Now, again, do I recommend negotiation? That's where I come in. We're about to enter the Lawrence floor plan. This is the smallest of the 5 floor plans. It is around 1,750 heated square feet, all on one level. Could you add a bonus room upstairs? Absolutely. But a couple of things I wanted to note while we're out here. I wanted you to see just how deep this front porch is. I mean, if anybody ever wanted one of those porch swings, this is definitely the front porch to put it on. Also, did you happen to notice, look how thick the slab is for these homes. The good news, you are not in a flood zone that requires flood insurance. Do I always recommend it? You betcha. But it is nice to see that this slab is pretty deep. If you're familiar with Lennar floor plans, then you may recognize this one. In other communities, it's typically known as the Litchfield floor plan. But here we've got some extra bells and whistles. One of the things I like to point out, it's those little things that make a big difference. So check out baseboards here. Check out the trim around all the windows and the windowsill. It really is very important to the elegance of a home. Crown molding, also got that in here as well. Now, in terms of use of space, once again, we do have space specifically for a dining room. That's going to be connected to the kitchen. Yes, the kitchen is a little bit small, and I would say the gathering or living room area is as well, but you do have two nice bedrooms up in the front of the home, and you also have a separate breakfast area, which I'm really glad they have that. We're at the final part of the tour of the Lawrence floor plan. We're here on the rear covered porch, and I like this one the best because it is a recessed covered porch. So that means it lends itself to more privacy. Also, a couple of quick things to note. You can see here that the exterior here is that fiber cement siding or hardy plank, as maybe you have heard more familiar with. And then also, they are required to give you some type of covering or protection for your windows and doors when there are times of severe weather, like tropical storms or hurricanes. And you can see the strips at both the bottom and the top of the windows. You take those out, slide in the covering, and you are all set. A few things before we wrap up this community spotlight of beach view at Grand Dunes. First, let's start talking about Grand Dunes. This is an upscale, elegant area to call home. You have a gated community, you have walking trails, you can literally walk to the beach from here. You've got access to the Ocean Club. It is spectacular. Could you hold a private event there? Absolutely. Or take advantage of the already scheduled activities they have for everyone who has access. The pool area, have you seen it? Stunning. Or just take the walkway over the sand dune and you have access to the chaise lounge that are there so you can feel that sun and surf on your face. It's amazing. Restaurants, they're right here. I mean, you could walk to Hook and Barrel, shops, you name it, grocery stores, everything. Now, you're thinking to yourself, with all these amenities you're talking about, Celia, that HOA, come on, how high is it? Well, guess what? It's surprisingly reasonable at only $295 a month. So if that, again, lifestyle and location is going to be a big part of your decision, this could be the community for you. What I want to emphasize, there is room for negotiation here. And as a community is starting up, they have taken a different pricing strategy. They're actually saying, let's start high and see if we can get any bites on this. And then if not, we'll start reducing from there. That's a little different from some other strategies that builders have here. So I need you to call me because we need to talk about the importance of negotiating quite substantially if you are thinking of moving here in, say, the next 3 to 6 months. Is this your castle in the sand? Let's find out. Hey, one more thing. I thought I had it done, but I don't. We have a new podcast. It's a great resource for you if you're considering moving to the area or maybe you just moved here. It's called Coasting. We have some great guests on each episode. It has its own YouTube channel, but you can find it wherever you find your favorite podcast. So definitely give it a listen. Let me know what you think. In the meantime, any questions, you know how to reach me. It's Celia Klein, Grand Dunes Properties, 843-321-9646. Is this your castle in the sand?